All right, everybody, welcome back. This time we are going through the second issue of Godzilla. Um, so a few things. I tried to correct the audio as best as I could, but it's like super windy outside. Like I don't know what's going on, but it's like can you guys hear that? I don't know. I don't know if I did a good job, but if the wind is crazy, please forgive me. We're going to try and get through this comic book. But Godzilla's a little bit strange right now, especially because I guess this one is, I don't know, man. Something about these scans, they're really, really fuzzy. But if you guys remember from the previous issue, Godzilla had just completely stomped the shit out of the Shield helicarrier. And he escaped unharmed, and he was heading towards Seattle, which is great because in this issue, as we can see, Seattle is under siege. Now, I've never been to Seattle. I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure that's the Space Needle. And according to this, it's 500 feet tall because it's just as tall as Godzilla. I don't know. I don't know if that's real or not, but I think it's fascinating, and I can't wait to see Seattle get destroyed. Let's see. Seattle, gateway to the Orient and Alaska. Wait, what do you mean the Orient? Like Asia? Seattle is nowhere near Asia. Seattle, gateway to the Orient and Alaska. The chief city of the state of Washington is surrounded by great natural beauty and infused with thriving economic growth. But right now, here on the docks of Elliott Bay, it is a city under impossible attack. And why? Because fucking Godzilla showed up and he is fucking tearing it up. Look at this. Thunder in the darkness. All right. So, I don't know how you guys felt about the first issue. I thought it was all right. I liked the fact that he went up against Marvel characters. Shield was in it. Nick Fury was in it. Dum Dum Dugan was in it. And I like the fact that he won. He completely trounced Shield. Those guys are effed pretty bad right now. But it wasn't the best. It wasn't the plus 10 knockout home run that I thought it was going to be. And I don't know if that's because the scans aren't very good or something's missing here. But let's see. I'm very interested to see, like, how this is going to go. Because, as I said before, this comic book series introduces superheroes battling Godzilla, and then there's other monsters involved and all kinds of crazy stuff. So let's see. As Foreman God, I can't fucking say that. Sudlaskis? Frank Sudlaskis, whatever, is the best troubleshooter on the docks. Still, Frank has just met his match. Don't care if he's in a meeting with the mayor. If you don't put me through with the commissioner now, we'll all be meeting someone a lot bigger than the mayor. Ha! The creature is severely wounded. Was he wounded? They tried to shoot him with the big gun. And remember, it hit him. They hit him, but it didn't seem like it did anything. He just walked away. But he is enraged with pain. And since the waters of Alaska and Canada, please tell me that says Canada. Alaska and Canada have done little to soothe the pain. He vents his wrath in elemental fusion from the advanced shield laser cannon's direct hit in the last issue. So it was the big gun, Shield's advanced laser cannon, fucking hit Godzilla, and it hit him right in the head, remember? It aimed, boom, right there in the temple. So he must be devastated. He must be. Oh, fuck. Look at that. That's... What the hell am I supposed to... Okay. Let me get this close, because these words are blending together. The result, seen through the shimmering haze of intense heat, is predictable. The docks, group in flames. Stricken by the worst drought in history of the Pacific Northwest, Seattle has been dreading scenes such as this. Fires are difficult to control right now and require precious water. But Godzilla is not concerned with such things. He turns, towering over the insignificant ruins, and lumbers towards the center of the city. only dimly aware of the tiny thing like a noisome insect buzzing over his head. Okay, who the fuck is this? Look at this dude. He's just like, it's like a fucking, what do you call him? It's like the thing that they had in the previous episode. They had like jetpacks. Like, look at this crazy future science. It's totally Silver Age, I'll tell you that much. This book came out in the 70s, so... Finally, after 14 hours of searching for the thing, but I'll say one thing for him. Once he's been spotted, there ain't a doubt about it. Yeah, no, that's fucking Godzilla, obviously. Okay, Emerald Leader. So this is the Emerald Leader. To all green team units, the Stork has delivered. Okay, so they're the green team, and he is their leader, the Emerald Leader. Okay, got it. That's who he is. He drives around on... They drive around in planes. Okay, now what are you gonna do about Godzilla? Tell me right now. Okay, Big Baby has come out of the water further south than expected. We hear that green team. Sounds like Gabe's hunch paid off. Roger, and just when I thought Big Baby had come back home from Japan, no such luck. Guess we'd better rendezvous with Gabe back at the helicarrier. Okay, so they're SHIELD agents, the Emerald Leader, and the green team. Got that? I'm assuming that they're called Green Team because they deal with the Hulk. Or in this case, I'm assuming they deal with Godzilla. Hulk versus Godzilla. Oh man, I don't think that's going to happen. But we'll see. Hovering in a cloud bank to the north, the awesome all-purpose SHIELD vehicle has been converted to a mobile headquarters for the newly organized Godzilla Squad. That's actually something from the movies. A specific committee. And their whole purpose is just dealing with Godzilla attacks. Yeah, that's good. I like where this is going. Under the redoubtable command of Agent Doom Dugan. Alright, Dr. Takaguchi, while we're waiting for Gabe Jones and his team to get back here, why don't we run through it one more time? You say we're the only one against this underwater nuclear test. That is correct, Mr. Dugan. At the time, I was the scientific community's sole dissenter. Of course, I was concerned only with the unknown ecological repercussions and could hardly have anticipated the advent of Godzilla. Yeah, okay. So remember that from the previous issue, Godzilla in this was created from an underwater bomb test. Was that how it was in the original? It was like Godzilla in the 50s, the first movie. I thought that he was a result of the bombs, the atomic bomb radiation from Nagasaki and Hiroshima. But I don't know, I might be wrong. You see, the ocean is the birthplace of all life, and I feared the possible damage nuclear matter might exert on the chain of life. Indeed, there is some evidence that the blast not only awakened Godzilla, but also radiologically mutated him. For example, his dragon-like breath of fire is itself highly concentrated radiation. And right after we woke up, that's when he stopped Tokyo. Yeah, that's fucking true, I guess. Okay, so radioactive fire. That's cool, I like that detail. And then he shows up at Tokyo. Godzilla did indeed launch an immediate attack on Tokyo, as if he were confused and enraged after so many eons of dormancy. But it was not the last such time he employed violence. The city was destroyed repeatedly, as was nearly every other city in Japan. But worse than that, Mr. Dugan, the same blast apparently freed more prehistoric creatures, perhaps similarly imprisoned in some sort of sub-oceanic pocket of suspended animation. So that they all come from under the ocean. Basically, what is that thing that they called? The Hollow Earth that they did in Godzilla vs. Kong? That's basically what they're doing here. They did a nuclear bomb test underwater. That opened up a crack in the earth, and all the hollow monsters from the Hollow Earth are now flooding up into our reality. Which isn't the worst idea, but I think it's less thematically appropriate. Because originally, I'm pretty sure, I might be wrong about this, but I'm pretty sure I'm not. Godzilla was a combination of animals fused into a giant monster because of the radiation from nuclear bombs. Right? he's basically a giant monster. He's basically an allegory for the horrors of nuclear warfare, right? I think that's more thematically appropriate, but I like this too, because I definitely like these goddamn monsters. Look at this thing. What even is that? It's like a raven hawk, and look, it's got a big old spiked tail. That's fucking cool. That's imaginative, and I like imaginative in my comics. So, much of it is modern folklore, no doubt. But there are documented incidents of Godzilla battling any number of bizarre and probably mutated behemoths. Often, the lesser of two evils has seemed a blessing. Okay, yeah, cool. In conclusion, some factors are certain. Godzilla represents a hitherto unknown essence of life and behavior. As such, he is highly unpredictable and definitely the most dangerous living creature on the face of the earth. Okay, I'll buy that. He's fucking dangerous. He took out the entire SHIELD helicarrier. If Dr. Takaguchi will allow me to demur, Mr. Dugan, go ahead, Tamara. While on the other hand, Godzilla is in certain ways beyond considerations of danger. Is your assistant trying to say that she disagrees? Okay, we'll fucking let her talk, okay? Godzilla is much like an elemental force, Mr. Dugan. A primitive life form displaced in time, but not without his own curious dignity. Thus, he cannot fairly be judged evil. That's right! Godzilla is not evil! What in the blazes? Who is it? Ah, it's the kid. Many times, he has saved our people from real evil, and many of us think of him as a hero, as he stomps all of our fucking cities and kills people by the thousands. Right? Fuck it, he's a hero. He must not die, and you must not be allowed to kill him. So the kid does have a tongue. Yeah, he does, and he speaks English. Blasted sharp one, too, Robert. There will be no further outbursts of this nature. We have been reprimanded in the past. Yeah, you need to step down, kid. That's a giant monster we're fucking dealing with. The moment is an awkward one, and Doom Doom smells trouble boiling at its core. Yep, I believe it. Then, as if to rescue all from further embarrassment. Ah, perhaps we should go over these plans, Mr. Dugan, while your agents are searching for the creature. They've found him, lady. We're just waiting for them to report back. I still don't like these plans, Woo, and I don't know why Nick does. Too blammed wild for me. Cockeyed obviously gonna need permits and all kinds of other jazz. And suppose the thing goes on the fritz. Could be a bigger problem than Godzilla. Besides, where are we gonna build the thing? And all the materials, the equipment? That's already been arranged through our defense department, Mr. Dugan. An industrialist named Anthony Stark has agreed to provide everything. Okay, I like that. I like that connection there. Tony Stark's getting in on the action. Yeah, that's right. Nick mentioned that. Well, figures Tony Stark would be the bird for this. But I still ain't saying I like the idea any more than... Commander Dugan, they're arriving, sir! About time, now we get the dope on Gabe and start some action rolling around here. Hell yeah, Green Team is back. Green Team is back. Alright, you yardbirds, clear the deck so they can dock. You caught our radio drift, dum-dum? Well, it's supposed to be... Yeah, it's dum-dum, isn't it? Anyway, he's fucking... I mean, he's not an idiot, but... he's a fucking goober, is what he is. Just that you spotted the big lizard off the outskirts of Seattle, which is where we're heading. Soon as you turnkeys finish docking. Any damage to the berg? Considerable damage. It's fucking Godzilla. The whole berg has been destroyed, man. Then again, you might say he's playing bull to Seattle's China shop. Ugh. It's getting me, dude. This book is getting me, dude. Okay, like, I'm in it. I'm more in it now than I was in the last one, because it's coming together. The plot points are coming together. We're getting an actual story here. But however you say it, dum-dum, it's a mess. And I think our three friends from Japan may be right. Blasting him with that laser cannon was probably the worst move we could have made. It's only driven him berserk with pain. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. And Seattle is stuck picking up the tab. An understatement, for as nightfall descends upon the city, so too does the specter of chaos. Look at that. That's a good panel. Look at that. With all the smoke all around him and the fire, he truly does look like a monster in this panel. It's great. It's good. It's a nice touch. I like it. Thank you. What are we supposed to do with these Chopper? Buzz around his head till we give him an earache? Just try to scare him off, but whatever you do, don't get too close. Boom! Fuck you. You got too close to Godzilla, you fucking bastards. Oh man, look at this in this panel right here. Look at him. He looks like an insect, like some kind of praying mantis. It's like he's a different monster in every panel. He looks slightly different. Almost like he's mutating between panels. That's probably not intended. They're just not consistent artists. But I like it. It's a nice touch. It inspires my imagination. All cars, prepare for the worst. Wait a minute. What's that up there? It looks like it's the SHIELD helicarrier. Thank God. Maybe they can do something to stop this thing while some of the city is still standing. And they are going to try, and you can bet on that. At least this gives us a chance to test this new Spanflex armor Stark cooked up. Alright, Wu. I think we got us a good plan this time. So if you and Gabe are ready, let's try it on for size. Yeah. You worked out the timing with the power company, Gabe? No, didn't you hear? That phase of the plan hasn't cleared yet. The city council is still voting on whether or not to permit... Still voting? Don't those words know... What does that say? Don't yo-yos? Is that slang for politician? Don't those yo-yos know what they're up against? Don't they think a little darkness is worth paying to save the city? You listen to me, Gabe. If they haven't reached a vote when the time comes, you clear that plant and you do whatever it takes to take it out. Alright, if you say so, Mr. Doom Doom. Hell yeah, you need to do whatever. Fucking... Get rid of those goddamn politicians. They're over there debating on the fucking giant monster attack. The Space Needle. Seattle's most unique landmark. 607 feet of superstructure topped by an elegant restaurant. Ladies and gentlemen, if I may have your attention, please. This is the part where I tell you all. The authorities have requested us to evacuate the restaurant, so if you will all proceed to the exits in a calm, orderly fashion. Evacuate? But whatever for? Oh my god, look at that ugly ass face. Oh my god, she's gonna see God, please, Godzilla be out the window. Yes! Oh! Oh, that's fucking good. It's a monster! A monster! Ladies and gentlemen, please, if you will simply proceed to the exits in an orderly fashion. What exits? What exits? You guys are 600 feet above ground. There's one elevator, or what is it? 3 elevators that go down? I don't know. I gotta visit Seattle one day. It's on my travel list. I'm checking stuff off one at a time. Seattle's on there. It's just not high priority, you know? But the maitre d' might as well try and fill the Grand Canyon with spit. A window shatters. Fire spews into the restaurant. Shrieks fill the air. He's blowing fire into the restaurant? And pandemonium turns an evening of elegance into a night of terror. Our hunch was right on the money, alright. He's attracted to the nightlights, like a blasted monster moth. And right now, the tallest, brightest lights around are coming from the top of the Space Needle. Shit, that's a bad idea. Alright, watch out for the needle. But rip him with everything we got. We gotta distract him from the thing before he topples it over like a blammed Tinker toy. That's it. Keep it up. Make him mad enough to try and grab ya. Duh, that's a bad idea. And I'll bet the city council's still sitting around pretending to vote. Yeah, that's right, Doom Doom. You give those politicians what for? Hold on, I gotta get some water. Jesus. That's the one problem with these videos, is that they kind of make like your throat like... I don't know, it's hard to explain. It's all the talking and the shouting, you know, it makes you, it kind of messes you up. Woo-wee! Close calls are one thing, but that doesn't. Gabe, you reached that blasted power station yet? Roger, dum-dum. I've evacuated all personnel, but I'm still waiting on City Council's confirmation to throw the switch. Yeah, fucking do it. Hang their chicken scratching confirmation. Take it out the fastest way you can. You got it, boss. Yeah, nuke that bitch. That's what we need. More nukes. More radiation. The touch of a finger and 3 seconds, that's all it takes. Seattle's main power plant collapses into rubble and the city plunges into an instant blackout. The skyline becomes eerie, almost haunted, for the hand of man no longer holds sway. Night and her deep darkness now reign supreme. Night, and the Leviathan called Godzilla. Blast it! Forget about the fire! He started it's turning the Space Needle into a giant candle. Worse than that, it's the only light left in the city and he wants it. Woo! It's time to really lay down the money. You go get your men in formation. Roger, we're aligned in a chain stretching all the way to the ocean. Alright, Wu, you're the first link in that chain, so do your stuff. Alright, so what's the idea? They want him to... Hold on, what's the plan here? The stuff is done. First beacon flare is on. And I've only got one thing to say about this. It better work. I know how you feel, Wu, but all we can do now is wait and hope he ain't been on a sour hunch. Tense moments pass, and then finally the monster turns. Attracted to a single brilliant glare piercing the black sky. It's working, Wu, it's working. Now remember, just hold light and don't cut the light until he's almost on top of you. Oh, they're trying to lead him across the bay into Alaska. Now, Wu, douse it. Second man, hit your light fast. So they're lights. They're making light posts for him to follow. Wu, if you want some advice, number 3, don't hesitate as long as I did. Yeah, okay. So far, so good. Kinda reminds me of a cat chasing a flashlight, doesn't it? It is! He's basically a giant cat! That's fucking great! I love it! This is great! He's crossing Puget Sound now, heading for the Olympic Mountains. Alright, number 4, hold your beacon till he reaches shore. Hit it, number 5, he's really cooking now. I'm beginning to think we can sucker him all the way. And so it would seem, for Godzilla follows the sequence of beacon flares. All the way to the sheer Palisades. But it's here at the 6th beacon that the creature halts, and the 7th beacon flashes on, thinking just out of reach over the Pacific. Tantalizing, beckoning, but he realizes his rage and confusion into the darkness. Alright, this is the moment of truth. But no dice, dum-dum. He's not biting at the bait. No way he's going to follow the last flare into the big jump. He's not stupid, I'll give him that much. Okay, so they're trying to lead him off a cliff. Yeah, I was afraid of that, Wu. Looks like we're going to be forced into the failsafe maneuver. And here comes the helicarrier now. What, you guys are gonna blast him? Birds in the helicarrier ready. Commander Dugan, we took a cue from the big lizard and followed your beacon. We're in position. Instantly, the helicarrier erupts with a dazzle of high-intensity light. An entire bank of searchlights flood the cliffside, and then, boom, got him. Okay, he's blinded. You hear me, ground crew? Move in with the blockbusters. What? You heard Dugan, hurry up. If you want to keep your ears pinned to your head, instead of the wall. Up, the Marvel bullpen. Okay, I love you, Marvel bullpen, but not now, man. The story's getting good. Aim him high and let her rip until he's off balance. Catapulted by massive coil springs, the huge inertia blocks streak towards, and upon impact with their gigantic target, they compress and implode. I said aim them high, and you meant high, all of you yahoos know anything about leverage, yeah. 16 of the devastating blockbusters batter and splatter against the monster's hide before it happens. Blinded, stunned, and confused, still in agony, Godzilla finally plummets into the dark sea. Alright, it ain't over yet, so just hold your positions and keep your fingers crossed. He's still got 2 ways to go. Let's just hope he picks the right one. He did it! He's heading out to sea, instead of going back to shore. That makes it a wrap-up for now anyway. Good work, Wu, and you too, Gabe. Ain't every day we get to save a whole blamed city. I figure we got a right to be proud of this one. Except for one thing, Doob-Doobin. Doom-Doom, Dum-Dum. I'm gonna call him Dum-Dum. I just like Dum-Dum. Yeah, what's that? Somehow, after seeing that thing blinded, confused like that, what we did to it? Well, I guess I just don't feel like one of the good guys this time. It's a gray area, but that's fine. I'm used to navigating gray areas. Alright, epilogue. Rob Takaguchi stands at the helicarrier's port and watches as the hand of man returns lighting to the night with Seattle's glorious skyline. The Americans are clever and resourceful, but they still have much to learn. They actually believed Godzilla wished to harm them, and that he would turn back on them once he had found the sea. They just don't understand him, but I do. And that is why I am Godzilla's only hope. Next issue, Godzilla reaches the shores of San Francisco, and waiting for him are the champions. This is fantastic. This was great. I'm really happy with this issue. I don't know, let me know what you guys think in the comments if this was a good issue, but I felt it. The story kept moving, there was questions and answers given, you know, the plot, it did it, man. It did it. It got me. It got me, and now I'm excited for the next one, dude. He's gonna face off with the champions. So for those who don't know, the champions are a team of superheroes in the Marvel universe that existed back in the 70s. 70s? That's like Bronze Age. This is like a Bronze Age comic, like right there at the beginning of the Bronze Age. But yeah, so in the next one, we're gonna see Godzilla face off with fucking superheroes. I can't wait to see that, but I'm liking the series. I'm getting it. The first one, I didn't understand it quite much. It didn't connect with me, but now I get what they're going for. Godzilla appears and he is just rampaging, and each issue is a different event in this big long Godzilla rampage. So I'm in it. I can't wait for the next one. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section, but that's it for this one. If you liked reading this comic with me and you want to read more comics with me, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Until next time, nerds, stay heroic.